This is the weekly homicide report where we take a look at the American cities that reported the most homicides in week 5 of 2024, from January 25th through January 31st. 7 U.S. cities reported 5 homicides last week. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, its first time in the top 10 this year, but Baton Rouge is one of 3 cities that reported 2 mass shootings already in 2024. Houston, Texas. This makes 3 weeks in a row on this list for Houston, and the 5 that they had this week is less than the 6 they had 2 weeks ago and the 7 they reported last week. Indianapolis, Indiana. This is Indy's 3rd time in the top 10 this year. Indy is on a dangerous path right now, as they are one of the cities that makes regular appearances on both this list and the weekend shootings report. Jackson, Mississippi. This is back-to-back weeks for Jackson on this list, both weeks reporting 5 homicides. Keep in mind, Jackson has a population around 138,000 people. They reported 12 homicides in the month of January. If they stick to that same 12 per month pace all year, the city's murder rate will be over 100 per 100,000 people by the end of the year, of the highest in the country, if not being the highest in the country. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee made this list back in week 2 and historically starts off the year pretty good during the winter months, but come summer, the bullets are flying. New Orleans. New Orleans made this list week 2, followed by 2 weeks of near misses to the top 10, and now they're right back in the mix. We're keeping an eye on New Orleans. They are another city that has 2 mass shootings already this year. Philadelphia. This makes 3 weeks in a row in the top 10 for Philly. They are unfortunately still trying to keep up with Chicago. There were 2 cities that reported 7 homicides last week. Dallas, Texas. This top 10 finish makes 4 out of 5 weeks for Dallas on this list. If you somehow thought Dallas was safer than Houston, think again. These 2 cities are neck and neck for homicides this year. St. Louis, Missouri. This marks the 3rd time St. Louis has made the top 10 this year, and 7 homicides in 1 week is easily their highest weekly total so far. All right, in at number 3 is New York City, reporting 8 homicides. This is back-to-back weeks on this list for New York, a city that's reported 24 homicides so far this year. In at number 2 is Chicago, Illinois. Chicago reported 9 homicides last week, making it 4 straight weeks in the top 10. And on the year, Chicago has reported 31 homicides so far. And number 1, keeping Chicago out of that top spot, is Memphis, Tennessee, which reported 11 homicides. Surprisingly, Memphis has only made this list 1 other time this year. But with the ability to get into the double digits, we will likely see them again.